of reading teeth, specifically canine teeth, so that you understand how to have the upper hand in negotiations and sales and close a lot easier. If you understand who you're speaking to and how they would like to be spoken to, then their barriers relax, leaving them open for an actual sale. Again, my name is Anna Zena Mako, and today we are going over these canines. And if you take a look at this, it's pretty pearls, but then these little canines stick out right here and here. And the canines represent opportunistic, taking a bite out of life. So the larger and the longer that a person has canines, the more of a bite out of life that they're going to take. You can see this with a lot of successful entrepreneurs. They have amazing big thick teeth and these canines that just like run down like little vampires, or canines that are on the bottom as well. But especially my favorite teeth, my sister has my favorite teeth, which is canines on top and canines on the bottom, meaning I'm not worried about what she's gonna do with her life. I just know whatever it is that she does, she's gonna be extremely successful because she is willing to take a bite out of life, experience life to the fullest. These would be more like normal canines. A lot of people have these. So again, it's just representing how much of a bite out of life that they're willing to take. This is kind of normal. So they're gonna have opportunities given to them, but they're still gonna think about, should I take that bite? Should I not take that bite? I don't know. Let me think about it. And if I'm not being clear, the bite out of life means if you're trying to sell to them who's going to take a bite out of something that they like, meaning make the purchase of the sale, and who's gonna be a little bit more reserved and take more time to actually make a decision. A person with straight teeth, which you'll see a lot in corporate America, like the finance bros, the regular finance bros, they typically have, I literally call them corporate teeth, because opportunistic behavior is kind of looked down upon in a way, and so everyone just kind of falls in line. And if you really think about it, the bigger the teeth, the more that the resilient that they are. So a lot of men and women in corporate and in finance will have big teeth, but they don't have the fangs because they're not entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs typically tend to have more fangs. And if the guys in corporate do have fangs, those are usually like the head honchos that are taking the opportunities, and they're not sitting behind their desk wondering like why they're being passed up for an opportunity. The guys with these fangs, look at these. This is a fang. Look at how much larger and longer it goes down than even the front two teeth. On the other side too, it goes way lower than the front two teeth. So this really means that this kind of person is going to take every opportunity as it comes. They're not going to think about it. They're not going to wonder, should I or shouldn't I? They're making decisions. They're taking a bite out of life, and you better get out of the way. Same deal here. Now, the crazy thing is that you can't judge a book by its cover. So even though I'm teaching people how to use this for negotiation and sales, you still have to talk to the person, see some micro expressions of what kind of person that they are. If we were to just judge these teeth, we would say that, wow, it's a very opportunistic person, meaning they take a bite out of everything. But in face reading, this could be so much so that it could be classified as like, maybe they wouldn't know what no means. But in actual like in realistic terms, there's many people that have these teeth and they take opportunities, but they understand what no means. They understand boundaries. They're humans, they're not animals. So, and then you could meet some others that are the animalistic type. You just have to see the micro expressions that match with the rest of the face. If I were to try and sell to this person with as many canines as they have, they would say yes to everything. Like, yes, I like the way that sounds. Yes, let's do that. Yes, I'm investing in this. Yes, let's go to the canine. Yes, they're just yes, let's freaking go. And it doesn't mean yes, man. It means let's go, which is very different. Again, a big part of success is saying yes and going for it. Even if you fail, even if you succeed, just say yes and go for it. So people with these teeth are highly successful from what I've seen. Lastly, I want to talk about these double canines. This is so rare to see on a human being, but when you do see that, the person is extremely dominant. So Playing games, they're going to spot them right away. If they want to do something, again, they're very direct and forthcoming, but you want to go off of their vibe, pretty much. Is if you are trying to sell to a person with double canines like this, you want to let them take the lead. You're giving them the information, but you don't want to push them into anything, because there's like a term of F around and find out. These people will are the very definition of that. Now, for myself, I have a canine that sticks out more on my left side. So the left and the right mean two different things. The left is internal, how you are and what you receive. The right is external and what you give. So to the rest of the world, I'm pretty like even keeled, generally nice, la da 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 da. Privately, opportunistically, business-wise, I have a canine. I have a fat canine that sticks out, which is like, let's go. So the left and the right really determine what I show people versus who I am behind closed doors. And it's important to distinct the two when you're in a sales conversation, because in a conversation where someone's trying to sell to me, I'm very like, wow, that's wonderful. I really like what you're talking about. Thank you for the information. I'm extremely reserved until you get to know me. And then I'm like, oh, that was a waste of my time. Oh, that's amazing. You should get it. Oh my God, I'm going to invest in this. Like once you get to know me, the curtain comes down and I'm very open. But externally, I'm very proper. My name is Anna Zena Mako, and if you would like to find out more on how you can read a face or a micro expression for yourself or your sales team, you can click my link in the bio.